Okay, you guys ready to chat through this, get it over with? Okay, so yesterday we were talking about the histogram stuff, right? Where it kind of looks like a bar graph, but instead of like categories, they're going to have those intervals, so like, 0 to up all the way up to 5 or something like that. And then also the bars are going to be like all pushed together where they're touching each other. So one thing that they're going to ask you to do when you're analyzing the histograms, they're going to say like describe the distribution. What they're talking about there is describing the skew of it. So there's 3 general ones that they talk about. There's probably other versions out there when you get to some higher advanced maths, but for now we're just going to focus on these 3. Symmetric is just like symmetry that we had in geometry where it's like the same on both sides. Symmetric is going to be like that where it's kind of like, similar in the middle there and then kind of, phases out on both sides. It doesn't have to be exact symmetric. In this case, it does kind of look like it's exact, but if it looks like it's fairly symmetric, that would be fine. You could just put like fairly symmetric or something like that. The other 2 are called skews. So you can have a skew to the right or a skew to the left. The name right or left always comes from where the tail is, and the tail is like where it's like shorter or thinner at. Okay, so like if you look here, it says like thinner and longer. So this is right skew because it's thinner and kind of trails off there and is long. This one's the opposite way. That's the tail because it kind of skews off or goes that way to the left. Okay. Population pyramid is just another style of histogram. Basically what they do is they take 2 histograms and put them together, but instead of like the categories or intervals going across the bottom, they actually go up and down where it's like vertical. And that's when we switch to example 2, you're going to kind of see that because they use some population pyramids. So let's do that then. Let's jump to example 2 here. So we're supposed to be using the population pyramids, and again, they go on to this next page here. I guess 2 pages over. So these are kind of what they're talking about, population pyramids, where the histograms are kind of turned the other way. Your intervals are in the middle here, and then your like frequencies are going out that way. And then what they do is you can compare 2 groups right next to each other. So this is 1980s. I think it's just population of U.S. males, females, and then they do the same thing for 2020. The one for 2020 is projected. Okay, so these are actual numbers. These are projected numbers. Okay, so that's just what they think is going to happen. Okay, so looking at our questions here. For A, in 1980, which age group had the least population, and then give an estimate of that population. So if we go to that, picture there, they're talking 1980, so we're looking at the top one. Which group do you think had the smallest population? Probably that 85 plus, right? Which if you logically think about it, aren't there probably fewer numbers of old people in the world than there are probably young people? Yeah, 85 plus is up there pretty high. So yeah, so that 85 plus is our smallest group. So for A, we'll just go age 85 plus. And then they want us to estimate what those populations are. So I would just take whatever we think it is for like the male side here, and it's all in millions. What do you think it might be for the male? I think just like 1 million. It kind of looks like it might be halfway between the 0 and the 2 million for that. So 1 million for the males, and females is a little higher, not quite up to 2, maybe 1.5 million for females. You want to go with that? So our males will go 1 million, plus I think they want to combine together. Yeah, whole population. We'll go 1.5 million for females, so added together 2.5 million. Or 2,500,000. And that would be people 85 and up. Okay, and then in part B, in 2020, so we'll be looking at the second ones, which group is, again, like I said, it's projected, it was before they had any information for this, to have the least population, and then give an estimate of that. Okay, so 2020, what are we thinking for least population there? Yeah, it's kind of looking like that one might be a little bit smaller than that one just because there's more females on that upper end there. So yeah, let's go that 80 to 84 category, and we're just kind of estimating it here. So if you did put like 85 plus, that'd be fine as long as you answer the question fully. So we'll go that 80 to 84 group. And then again, we'll just kind of make some predictions on our numbers here. So for our males in that group, I don't think it's quite up to like halfway for 3 million. You want to go 275 or 2.5, one of those, 275. So if we go 2,750,000 for the males, and again, it's just an estimate, so don't freak out too much. And then females, say over 3 definitely. I don't know. Maybe 3.5 for females. You with that? Like I said, it doesn't matter. So 3,500,000. Add those together, it would be 625. Does that seem right? 6,250,000 people, and this would be 80 to 84. And again, just estimates. And then for part C, they want us to do some comparing. So select an age group from 1880, and then you're just picking the same age group from 2020, and then you're comparing like the bar graphs on the top one compared to the bar graphs on the bottom one in length, or are they same length or different, and then give a reason why we think that could be. Okay, so let's just pick a random age. Doesn't matter which one it is. I would maybe do one that shows a lot of difference, so it's easy for us to describe a difference.
70 to 70.
Okay, I heard 70 to 74 first. Okay, so if we're comparing our 70 to 74 group, which is there and there, what do we notice about it from the 1980s to 2020? Yeah, it gets a lot bigger. Why do we think that is? What's probably happened from 1980 to now, or 2020? Yeah, medicine's getting better, healthcare and all that stuff's getting better, right? Hospitals are probably more efficient and that kind of thing. So yeah, so we picked the 70 to 74 group, and then we could say more people in 2020 due to advances in healthcare, something like that, or medicine, or hospitals, or there's other reasons too. What I think is interesting, though, obviously we know what happened in 2020, so that I would be interested to see how the actual numbers now would compare to what they have there, to see if there are actually any like drops or whatever from the COVID. But yeah, so all right, that's it. So that'll be for tomorrow. Hopefully you started on a little bit, so you just, or not tomorrow, Tuesday. Hopefully you started on it so you don't have as much to do over the weekend.